Hello friends, I welcome all of you to my YouTube channel Akash Classes Assam. If you are watching this video for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe my channel and click on the bell icon to get the notifications at the earliest. And if you like the video, then please like it and share it to your friends. In this video, I have come up with some of the important multiple choice questions, and along with the correct answers, you will get the explanations behind those answers. Hope this video will help you in your upcoming Central TET and also Guwahati University's Bachelor of Education entrance test exams. So let's begin our today's video. Our first question is, Rajshekhar wrote Meghdutta, Kavyamimamsa, Rajtarangini. The correct answer of this question will be option B, Kavyamimamsa. Remember, Rajshekhar was a great Sanskrit poet. He adorned the court of Mahendrapala I of Gujarat Kingdom. Our next question, the Mahabodhi temple at Bodh Gaya was built by Devpala, Dharma or Raja Bhoj. The correct answer of this question will be option A, Devpala. Remember, Devpala was a famous ruler of Pala dynasty. He ruled from 815 AD to 855 AD. He humbled many Rajput clans in the neighborhood. He was a patron of learning and was a great builder. He built the famous Mahabodhi temple at Bodh Gaya, and under him the Pala dynasty established trade relations with Southeast Asia. Our next question, the second battle of Tarain was fought in 1292 AD, 1182 AD or 1192 AD. The correct answer of this question will be option C, 1192 AD. Remember, the first battle of Tarain was fought in 1191 AD, where Muhammad Ghori attacked Prithviraj Chauhan, the Rajput ruler of Delhi and Ajmer. At that time, Prithviraj defeated Muhammad Ghori, but Muhammad Ghori again attacked Prithviraj Chauhan in 1192 AD, and in that battle, Ghori defeated Prithviraj Chauhan and killed him. And with the death of Prithviraj Chauhan marked the end of Rajput rule in northern India. Ghori made Indian territories a province of his empire and appointed Kutubuddin Aibak as his governor. Our next question, the Cholas became a paramount power under him. The options are Rajaraja I, Vijayalaya or Prantaka I. The correct answer of this question will be Rajaraja I. The Chola Empire witnessed a glorious period during the period of Rajaraja I. He extended his empire both in the north and in the south. He defeated the Chalukyas of Kalyani, the Pandyas, the Cheras and the Vengis. He took some territories of Mysore, Travancore, Coorg and Sri Lanka as well. He built a powerful navy and controlled many islands of the sea like the Lakshadweep and the Maldives. Under him, the Cholas became a paramount power in the south. Our next question, the Brihdeshwara temple is in Chennai, Maldives or Tanjore. The correct answer of this question will be option C, Tanjore. Rajaraja I was a great builder. He constructed the beautiful Brihdeshwara temple of Shiva at Tanjore. On the walls of this temple are inscribed the chief exploits of Rajaraja I. Our next question, Gangaikonda Cholapuram was built on the mouth of the river Krishna, Kaveri or Godavari. The correct answer of this Question will be option B, Kaveri. Rajendra Chola was the son of the great Rajaraja I. He conquered the whole of Sri Lanka. He carried his arms right up to the central India and made the ruler of Gondwana acknowledge his supremacy. He then overran the whole of Orissa and Bengal right up to the southern banks of the Ganga. In the memory of this exploit, he took the title of Gangaikonda. He built a new capital known as Gangaikonda Cholapuram near the mouth of river Kaveri. He built magnificent palaces and beautiful temples there. He also conquered Java and some other eastern islands. Our next question, the Ikta system was introduced by Kutubuddin, Iltutmish or Razia. The correct answer of this question will be option B, Iltutmish. Iltutmish was the second ruler of the slave dynasty. He introduced the Ikta system. Under this system, land was assigned to the nobles and others in lieu of salary. He also introduced silver coins called tanka and copper coins called jital. These coins were used throughout the Sultanate period. Our next question, Dash founded the Khalji dynasty, Alauddin, Jalaluddin or Ghiyasuddin. The correct answer will be option B, Jalaluddin. Jalaluddin Khalji founded the Khalji dynasty in 1290. He was already 70 years old at that time. In 1296, Alauddin Khalji, his nephew and son-in-law, had him murdered and captured for himself. Our next question, during the Sultanate period, the chief minister was known as the Amil, Bakshi or Wazir. The correct answer of this question will be option C, Wazir. During Sultanate period, 4 departments were most important, and each department was supervised by a minister or a high officer. The Wazir was the chief minister. He headed the Diwan-e-Wizarat. The Bakshi was the paymaster of the army. The Qazi was the chief justice. Justice was based on the Muslim law. The department of Diwan-e-Insha looked after the state correspondence. The Diwan-e-Risalat looked after religious affairs and education. Our next question, a Pargana was headed by A.N. Amil, Bakshi or Diwan. The correct answer will be option A, Amil. During Sultanate period, the provincial government reflected the same setup as at the center. The heads of the provinces were known as Wali and Mufti. The provinces were further divided into sheikhs and parganas. A group of villages collectively formed a pargana, and a pargana was headed by an amil. And the last question for our today's video is, the zakat was a tax which was paid by Hindus, Muslims or all subjects. The correct answer of this question will be option B, Muslims. During Sultanate period, the sultans took several measures to increase their revenue resources, and they levied various taxes on their subjects. First one is the khiraj or the land revenue. Generally, it is 1/5 of the total produce, but sultans like Alauddin Khilji and Muhammad Tughlaq raised it to half of the total produce. Then there is jizya tax. It was imposed only on the non-Muslims, but children, women and friars were exempted from this payment. and it was realized at the rate of 10 to 40 takas depending on the payer's income. Then there is octroi duty, and it was realized on the exchange and transportation of commercial goods, and it was between 2.5% to 10%. And there is zakat tax. It was a negligible tax supposed to be paid by all the Muslims. And apart from this, some other sources of income were also there, and other sources of income included state share in booty, which was calculated at 1/5 of the plunder, plus gifts, tributes, etc. from the subordinate rulers. So here we sign up for today's video. We'll meet soon in the next video. Till then, keep learning and keep enhancing your knowledge.